and welcome to my FlossTube channel. I'm Farish and I am so glad to be spending this time with you today. First, a little surgery update. I am managing with a hard cast for this first week, and when I go for my checkup in the middle of next week, this coming week, I think I'm going to end up with something that's removable, which will be nice. So I have found that during this recovery period, which right now has only been 3 days, that I have become much more mindful about what it takes to do certain activities. I feel like I have to do a lot of pre-planning of thinking, well, I want to do this, but I have to do this step and this step and this step first in order to be able to do that. Things are not just as simple and automatic as they usually are. So it has really forced me to slow down and to do a lot more prep work. But so far I'm managing, staying ahead of the pain. I am a lot more comfortable than I thought I was going to be. I think the biggest surprise is that I am a lot more tired. I'm finding myself taking a lot of naps, and I imagine that's just the body's way of getting along with the healing process. So one of the other things too that I have found is that I am much more apt to think about what I can do rather than dwelling on what I can't do. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to stitch for a while. I don't think it'll be too long before I'll be able to do that, but certainly not in this first week or so. But what I find myself doing though is instead thinking about all the things I can do. I can still do research. I can still design things. I can still make plans. I can still answer emails. I've even managed to pack and ship a couple of orders from my Etsy store. So philosophically, I'm finding that I am being much more positive in terms of really focusing on what I can accomplish. So that's all good. The main reason I wanted to go ahead and jump in here today and do this just very, very quick video is because next Saturday on July 8th, we open our registration for the FlossTube at Sea cruise. And I've been getting a lot of questions about it, and so I wanted to kind of address a couple of key things. First of all, the registration will open on July 8th at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. The registration form will not be available before that time. Now, when you go to register, one of the questions that's going to ask you is about your passport. You don't have to have your physical passport in front of you, but what you do need to know is exactly how your name is listed on your passport. For most people, this is pretty easy, but for others, if, for example, you don't go by your first name and instead you commonly are called by your middle name, passport people don't care about that. Your first name is your first name. So things like that, and if you have a hyphenated last name, we do have instructions on the registration form that's very, very clear and very easy to follow as far as how to fill out that part of the form. So again, if you are in the process of applying for a passport, that's okay. You can still register for the cruise. You've got time. I mean, we're talking about, you've got 6 months. So that's one thing, is about the passport. Let me see. The other question that people are asking is about payment, which, man, I always want to know how the money's going to work whenever I'm getting into anything. So you will have the option, if you have a roommate, you can each pay for your own fare. On the form, it will just simply ask you, are you paying for yourself or are you paying for yourself and your roommate? And so you just pick whichever option applies to you. So each one of you can fill out your own form and be responsible for your own payment. So I wanted to be clear about that. Seems like to me there's another question about that people have asked. One thing that we are doing differently with this form is it will ask you what cabin type you want. There's interior, ocean view, the infinite balcony, and a concierge level. And if, for example, you pick the infinite balcony, but when you register, if we have run out of infinite balconies, the question is, do you still want to go on this cruise even if you don't get exactly the cabin type you want? So for example, if you really want the infinite balcony, but you're still willing to go if you have an ocean view, then there'll be a place on the form to put that down. So we thought that might speed things along a little bit, instead of people finding that their cabin type's not available, and then they would have to contact us and tell us what their second choice is. So it'll sort of streamline that a little bit. Now, as far as where to find the registration form, like I said, it's not going to be available until 11 o'clock on the 8th. We will be mailing out that link to everybody on our subscription list. And by that, I don't mean subscribing here to my FlossTube channel, but subscribing on the Stitchers Escapes website. And I'll put that address in here. Just go to the link, and you just have to scroll down a little bit, and the form is very simple, just asking you, your name and your email address, and which types of information you want. Do you want to know just about cruises? Do you want to know about classes that I offer? Questions like that. And by the way, we do not share your name or your email address with anybody. And we certainly are not going to be dumping a lot of stuff into your inbox. So if you want to get that registration form right when it's available next Saturday, then go ahead and fill out that subscription thing. I will also post it a couple places on Facebook. I'll put it on my own personal page, which is Jean R. Farish. I'll put it on the Jean Farish Needleworks page. I'll put it on my Stitch Along page, and also on the Stitchers Escapes cruise page. So all of those places on Facebook will have the live link as soon as it's available. So I think that's really about it. Again, I'm not really not able to demonstrate anything or really show you anything today, but I did just want to touch base with you and let you know that I'm on the mend. And I really do appreciate all the well wishes, prayers, and thoughtful messages that people have sent me. It means a lot to me. So, it's going to be a process, and I will take you along with me. So until next time, stay safe, stitch happy, and I'll see you then.